All right, we're back. Season 3, Episode 2, with my co-host today, Mr. Bo, Dusktildawn.
Hey guys.
All right. Well, we're going to kick off this episode. Ask Mr. Bo some questions. I got some viewer questions. I got some questions of my own. And we'll see where it goes. Let's get into it. All right, so let's see. Oh, sorry, we're just negotiating another trade. That's what we do this year. Just going to trade our whole team to each other. Not really, but maybe. Anyways, how's your season going, Mr. Bo?
Not too bad. I was happy with week 1. Was kind of scared about week 1 as well. I was glad that I beat Brittany. So far, everything's been going good, except for my running back, McCaffrey, not doing too well the other night on Thursday night. But hey, I still have the rest of this week to catch up on points.
Yeah, we've had quite a bit of issues lately with the ESPN format that did not break your tiebreaker with the champion, Victoria's Secret. How'd you feel about that?
I was really nervous. I woke up in the middle of the night, about 2 o'clock in the morning. Maverick woke me up that night, and I looked at my phone, and I saw that it was a tie. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I don't want to be the only person in our league that has 2 ties. And then, later on that day, early in the morning, I texted you, asking you, like, hey, don't we have a tiebreaker still? So the commissioner reinsured me that we don't have ties anymore. So later on that day, it got corrected, and I beat the champion. So pretty good week 1.
Yep, I had to manually correct that. Never had to do that before, so thank you, ESPN. I'm glad it did not give me any trouble, even though it did in the morning time. I don't really like doing that at 6 o'clock in the morning, but I had to see if it was my fault or their fault, and luckily it was their fault. So hopefully moving forward it's a little bit better. All right, let's keep this thing rolling. Let's do some commissioner questions, nothing too hard. What's your preferred food for watching NFL Sunday?
My preferred food, I would probably have to say, is barbecue on NFL Sundays. So whether it be brisket or mostly brisket sandwiches is what I like to do, or you can't go wrong with nachos. I always have nachos in the house, and I can't forget about the beer. If I don't have beer on NFL Sunday, it's not an NFL Sunday to me.
How does that work when wearing a jersey?
What, drinking the beer?
No, the food part.
The food part, being very careful about it. Luckily for me, I don't. Well, I used to have an away Patriots jersey back in the day, but I don't. I only have one, and it's Brady's, and it's the home jersey. So usually, if I know if I'm going to get into something a little messy, I'll take off my jersey, eat what I want to eat, and then throw the jersey back on.
I've done the same thing, but so you're telling me you don't have a New England Patriots bib?
No, I don't have a bib. I have this pretty sweet looking hat right here that the commissioner got for me. I've been wearing a lot here lately. But
yeah.
Nope, I got a couple of hats, jersey, and I would probably say the most thing I have of the Patriots are hoodies. I have 4 of them. 2 of them are, Andrew makes fun of me because I have 2 of them that are kind of cut like Bill Belichick would wear his on the sleeves. Those are usually my comfy ones for Sundays when it's cold outside, but that's about it.
That hat just looked like you. I couldn't pass it up when I found it. It just looked like it would be a perfect fit. Let's see. My next question. You'll have to think about this one a tiny bit. All-time ish. Who has been your least favorite New England Patriot?
One I have not liked.
The answer's there. It's probably not easy.
Well, if you're asking me personally what player I've never liked that we've had in the past, I wasn't a big fan of Aaron Hernandez. I wasn't a big fan of him.
Pre or post incident?
A little bit of both.
Oh.
Yeah, a little bit of both. Which is probably going to spill into a different skit, but he just caused too much raffle between him and his teammates, And kind of funny thing to say, we have Antonio Brown now, and he's been doing that a lot lately with all the teams he has been on. So we'll just have to see where it goes. But I would have to say Aaron Hernandez.
I don't think Antonio Brown's shot anybody yet, but I wouldn't put it past him. All right, good answer there. Let's do some viewer questions. We have some from the Oklahoma City Phantoms. Boo. James writes, is Tom Brady a cyborg?
I think he could be. I mean, if you look at the records he has, I mean, he has the most winningest record for a quarterback overall his whole career for wins and losses. So in a way, Tom Brady is kind of a cyborg. He's like a Terminator in my opinion. He just goes out there and keeps getting wins year after year after year.
So that means he'll never stop and he'll play forever, right?
That's exactly right. I mean, he's already 42, and he wants to play until at least he's 45, and I don't see any signs of yet of him slowing down.
Fair point, unfortunately. Next question is not football related. It is to name your top 5 horror movies.
Top 5 horror movies.
That are your favorite.
That are my favorite. Man, I'm a big fan of Rob Zombie films. I would have to say my favorite top 5 movies off the top of my head would be A House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, 31, Halloween 1, and Halloween 2 that had Jamie Lee Curtis. Those are my favorite those are definitely my top 5.
All right, let's go for some more questions. We got some from the champion, Victoria's Secret. Brittany says, how has drafting and setting your lineup / watching football changed since having your son?
It's changed to the point where when we, like Sunday mornings, we'll both watch the pregame shows, and then once it gets close to I'd say the next 10 minutes before kickoff, we'll just trade off Maverick so both of us can do our lineups real quick, and then once our lineups are set, then we usually go with them. Except for me, for week 1, I kept going back and forth between Brady and Brees. I couldn't make up my mind because I've always had Brady in my lineup, and I've always just depended on him for so long. So I ended up going with Brees, which paid off, beat the champions. So that's how we set up our lineups in the Cannon household.
All right. Brittany also wants to know what your strategy was with your draft choices this year.
Funny thing, you should ask that. I went back the previous years that we've done the draft and looked at everyone's tendencies of what they usually take the first couple of rounds. I went into a lot of depth and detail. I have a good 3-ring binder at home that I printed off everyone's draft and see what they were consistently doing. So I kind of went a little bad science on it, so to speak. But that was my strategy this year. I really didn't have one. I just wanted to look at what everyone else was doing the previous years and try to figure out when I should take running backs or when I should take a wide receiver, and when do you take a quarterback and when you shouldn't keep a quarterback, just things like that.
Fair points. Let's see. Hold on, and we got some more. All right, moving down the list, we got another one from Brittany. She wants to know, how are you feeling about keeping McCaffrey over Kamara? Still stand by your decision or having a little regret?
Week 1, I was really happy with my decision. This week, not so much. He only got me 6 points. But just looking back, I mean, both of them are great running backs. They both had some times last year where they were both up and down. I just felt like McCaffrey was a better decision due to the Panthers wide receiver core they have. I mean, they're both good players, but I just went with McCaffrey instead of Alvin Kamara, as our guest speaker would say a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with either one of those guys. I mean, I'm pretty 100% sure that I think it was also confirmed that whoever you did not keep was going first overall, and that's really the right choice. So, I mean, it's like comparing, 99 to a 99. I mean, it's just preference. Hopefully, both of them stay healthy. All right, time for me to ask you some more questions. Do you think Antonio Brown to the Patriots is a conspiracy?
I'm pretty sure everyone in the league is probably going to think it's a conspiracy, and all NFL fans of all the NFL teams thinks the same thing. Honestly, I don't care. We have the guy. I was really happy that, on the side note, that he wasn't playing for Brittany's team week 1 because he got traded. I dodged that bullet.
True.
So, but I think it's a conspiracy. Everyone's going to say that. Either it's a Patriot thing. You hate us because you ain't us.
Okay. Well, we're going to leave that. Of your mighty division rivals, which one of those three do you think are going to challenge the Patriots the most this year?
Division-wise?
Yes. The answer is probably no one, but choose one of them.
Well, we know it's definitely not the Dolphins after week 1.
No.
I would probably have to say I'm gonna go with the Jets.
That's fair. Do you like their uniforms now?
No. It sounds kind of weird, but I've never really liked their uniforms. I mean, it's a slight difference. I'm kind of wishing that, I don't know, their logo is just a jet. I like the old helmets that had the actual jet on the side of the helmet. So it looked like an airplane, kind of. That's
like me asking, or you asking me if I like the Philadelphia Eagles uniform. I get it, but I think the new Jets uniform is okay. It's definitely not the worst in the league.
If you want to talk about a throwback uniform, then yeah, I'll have to give it to the Eagles for the I'm talking about the green ones.
I'm not talking about
Those
look okay.
Those are pretty sweet.
We're not talking about Philly. We're talking about the AFC East, the mighty AFC East. Have you ever had mono like Sam Darnold?
Negative. Never had mono.
Have you heard the story?
I mean, I've been kind of watching ESPN this week. I mean, today.
Have you ever heard of a quarterback being sidelined out for weeks with mono?
No, I haven't.
Total Jets move, right?
Total Jets move.
All right, I have some more questions, some really good ones from Brittany too. Thank you for all the questions, Brittany. Mr. Bo, who would you like to see go head-to-head in the championship and why?
We're talking about
fantasy football.
Fantasy football. I would like to see. I don't think I can see both of them because I think they might be in the same division.
You can have that. We're a little weird.
Okay. I'd like to see my wife make it. Let her, hoping she would get a win.
She made it. She made it once.
She made it once.
Sorry, Andrea.
I know that was really, 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 really rough for her, especially her first year, rookie year. But I told her, hey, you made it your rookie year. And then let's go with Stormtrooper Academy. It would be kind of cool to see the guy that had the worst record go from worst to first.
So you want Meow Meow and Stormtrooper in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Both of the two new ones I added at the same time? That'd be fun. I'm not going to ask you to answer who you think would win that.
I mean, looking at roster right now.
I'm not talking. I'm trying to get you out of trouble.
Yeah. I can go there. Let's go there.
That's not. The next question is based off the first week. Who do you think will win the championship?
It's too early to say. I mean, it's only week 1. Normally, I would say in our league, once you get past that at least 5 losses, you're pretty much done. Which I've kind of noticed, unless you're Andrea, the first year that she came in, and she made it in with 5 losses. So it's just too early to tell. I'd say about, week 4, we'll have a pretty good, not a pretty good, I'd say like a rough draft of who's going to make it and who's not.
That's fair. It's kind of hard to tell, especially week 1, and really week 4 is a little bit better, but still you don't know. I think this year is completely wide open. Of course, I'm paid to say that as the commissioner, but I do firmly believe that. I really couldn't make a bet right now, and that's kind of how I want it. so it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Because I know everybody's gunning for Super Bowl VI trophy, including this guy,
Yes.
and of course this guy. Alright, I got a last second viewer question here. It's from somebody named Gel Sniper Jr. He says, what is your favorite Whitesnake song?
Whitesnake. That's an 80s band, right?
Yeah.
80s hair band. It sounds kind of bad to say, but I really don't know a lot of songs from that band. I know the one from Gel Sniper's video. I just can't remember the name of the song.
Still Tonight.
I'd probably have to go with that one.
Or there's a few others, but we won't get into that. I'm sure Gel Sniper will be happy with your selection. That's one interesting dude. But anyway, so before we wrap this up, what do you think your goals are for this year?
Goals for this year, for me, I would like to make it to the playoffs. When I mean the playoffs, I mean not being in the pit of misery. That's my first goal. My second goal would be to take down Team Greenwood as far as win-losses. I want that record back. That being said, I challenge him to beat my streak, but you never know. It could happen, but the chances of it are slim to none.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's approaching that many wins in a row. That'll probably stand the test of time. Alright, well that's going to wrap up this episode. There'll be more coming someday, and you can check out the Dusktildawn files sometime during the week too from Mr. Bohannon. Appreciate everybody's questions, and best of luck to everybody. Commissioner Romocop's out, and
Dusktildawn. See you guys later.
peace.